Hello and welcome. I am Heather Jeremy coming to you from the Jeremy Art Museum. Today we're going to talk a little bit about open educational resources in our Lunch and Learn. Open educational resources for first year teachers. Let's go ahead and dive in. The objectives for today: what is an open educational resource, or OER? Why are open educational resources important? And how can you use open educational resources? So what are open educational resources? Open educational resources are any type of educational materials that are in the public domain. They are published under open licenses that specify how materials can be used, reused, adapted, shared, and modified according to specific needs. They can include textbooks, lecture notes, syllabi, assignments, and tests. 5 key points to consider with open educational resources. The first is reuse. Content can be reused in its unaltered form. Revise. Content can be adapted, adjusted, modified, or altered. Remix. The original or revised content can be combined with other content to create something new. Redistribute. Copies of the content can be shared with others in its original, revised, or remixed form. And retain. Users have the right to make, archive, and own copies of the content. Let's just go over that again. 5 key OER points explained. So again, reuse. Content can be reused in its unaltered original format for your own purpose. This is one of the key points to open educational resources. Number 2, retain. Copies of content can be retained forever for personal archives or reference. Number 3, revise. Content can be adapted, modified, translated, or altered to suit specific needs. Number 4, remix. Content can be combined with other resources to create something new. And 5, redistribute. Content can be shared with anyone else in its original or altered format. Here are some examples of open educational resources. Learning content such as lesson plans, assignments, textbooks, exams, videos. Also, tools for learning such as software for creating videos and websites, course management systems, word processing programs, and training materials. Here are some other types of open educational resources. We have open textbooks, full courses, modules, syllabi, lectures, quizzes, lab activities, games, and simulations. So why are OERs important? Save time. Instead of creating coursework on your own, take advantage of high-quality course materials already made by others. Spend more time on your personalized lectures, your feedback, and one-on-one assistance with students. Save money. Textbooks are expensive, let's face it. Reduce financial stress for students by adopting an OER or using open textbooks in place of commercial textbooks. Improve access. Since OER are free and available, students can take materials with them once the course ends, meaning they will always have access to learning materials for future use. Textbooks and educational materials are often covered by stringent copyright restrictions, which does not allow reuse in other contexts, modifications, or derivations. With OER, students and instructors can reuse and repurpose the materials, not just during class, but in the future as well. Modernize learning. OER are free and available online, meaning anyone can access and use them. When an instructor makes material openly available, they can teach far beyond their own classroom. Students can access materials whether they are supplementing for a course they're already enrolled in, or they are starting on a new educational journey. By creating and adopting OER, students and teachers can connect around the world, opening up networks of learning and enhancing collaboration opportunities. OERs are reusable. Again, a hallmark of OERs are that they are reusable. Take an already great resource and tweak it to fit your class's needs. OER are offered with Creative Commons licenses, which allow content to be freely reused and remixed with attribution to the original author. Let's talk about Creative Commons license. Creative Commons is a nonprofit organization that enables the sharing and use of creativity and knowledge through free legal tools. Creative Commons provides Creative Commons licenses and public domain tools that give every person and organization in the world a free, simple, and standardized way to grant copyright permissions for creative and academic works, ensure proper attribution, and allow others to copy, distribute, and make use of those works. Creative Commons licenses are not a substitute for copyright. Rather, they work alongside copyright, enabling you to adjust your copyright terms to fit your needs. How to use OERs in the classroom. Here are some open educational resources that I'd like to talk about more in depth. I will cover the Smithsonian Open Access, TED, which is Technology, Education, and Design, and the Open Textbooks Library. Okay, Smithsonian Open Access. You can download, share, and reuse more than 3.9 million 2D and 3D digital items from the Smithsonian collections. You have access to images and data from across the Smithsonian's 19 museums, 9 research centers, libraries, archives, and the National Zoo. Use text, still images, sound recordings, research data sets, 3D models, and collections data. Use it for art and creative projects, education, scholarly research, digital media projects, publications, and merchandising, all without charge or restrictions from the Smithsonian. What's the value of Smithsonian Open Access? So the Smithsonian was founded in 1846 with a clear mission: the increase and diffusion of knowledge. The Smithsonian Open Access Initiative furthers this mission to empower people around the world to participate in the pursuit of new knowledge with contemporary technology. It increases the utility, discoverability, and accessibility of the Smithsonian's collections and data to empower the public to innovate and build new knowledge to help solve 21st century challenges. Next, I'd like to talk about TED, Ideas Worth Spreading. TED is a nonprofit devoted to spreading ideas, usually in the form of short, powerful talks of 18 minutes or less. TED began in 1984 as a conference where technology, entertainment, and design converged. Today, TED covers nearly all topics from science to business to global issues in more than 100 languages. Independently run TEDx events help share ideas in communities around the world. The TED Foundation goal is to foster the spread of great ideas. It provides a platform for thinkers, visionaries, and teachers so that people around the globe can gain a better understanding of the biggest issues faced by the world and feed a desire to help create a better future. A core TED belief is that there is no greater force for changing the world than a powerful idea. There are various ways you can access TED Talks. You can access them via mobile and tablet apps, smart TV apps, smart speaker apps such as Alexa, and podcasts. TED has several different initiatives, which I've listed below. TEDx brings the spirit of TED to local communities around the world. TED Fellows provides people working on ideas to shape the future with tools to amplify the power of their vision. TED Ed, which I'll go over in more detail soon, celebrates the ideas and knowledge sharing of teachers and students around the world. TED Translators volunteers subtitle TED Talks to help spread knowledge across languages and borders. TED Institute identifies internal inventors and creators within visionary organizations and helps surface and share their insights. There's also the Audacious Project, a collaborative approach to researching big ideas in the nonprofit world to help them get funded, creating change on a global scale. And lastly, TED at Work, TED Talks reimagined for workplace learning. Let's go into some more detail on TED Ed. TED Ed is a youth and education initiative. It supports learning by producing a video library of original animated lessons. Provides an international platform for teachers to create their own interactive lesson plans. Celebrates innovative leadership with TED Ed's global network of over 250,000 teachers. It's an award-winning education platform that serves millions of teachers and students around the world. TED Ed Originals are signature content of short animated videos about ideas and research that spark learner curiosity. TED Ed Originals are a creative collaborative amongst experts in their field, including TED speakers and TED Fellows, educators, designers, animators, screenwriters, directors, academic researchers, science writers, historians, journalists, and editors. TED Ed Lessons are original animated videos paired with questions and resources to promote further research. The TED Ed platform allows users to take any TED Talk, TED Ed lesson, or educational video and easily create a lesson plan of customized questions and discussions. Users can then distribute these lessons, publicly or privately, and track their impact on the world, a class, or an individual student. Let's take a look. This is the TED Ed website, where you can click through here, discover lessons, collections, explorations, the blog. We also have a create. You can build your own video-based lesson, and coming soon, a collection where you can organize your own video-based lessons. You can get involved with student talks, educator talks, and also nominate educators. And also support, donate, or shop. So here's the website. You can start here if you're a student, an educator, or parents. It's pretty easy to navigate. Just wanted to give you an idea. Let's get back. Next, I'd like to talk about Open Textbook Library. It's supported by the Open Education Network. Open textbooks are licensed by authors and publishers to be used and adapted freely or changed with proper attribution. You can download, edit, and distribute at no cost. It currently offers over 1,000 open textbooks. Complete textbooks are available as a PDF or EPUB. It's a comprehensive resource for openly licensed academic textbooks. All textbooks are completely free, and the majority of them are peer-reviewed. What is the value of Open Textbook Library? Transform higher education and student learning. Support student success. Save time and effort by building on community knowledge, and contribute to the common good through collective action. Let's see how to use open textbooks. This is the Open Textbook Library webpage. You can browse subjects. You have business, computer science, education, engineering, humanities, etc. It continues. There's just some frequently asked questions. You can submit, discover. You can browse subjects here. And like I said, it's part of the Open Education Network, which you can learn more about here and what they do. And you can also start here at the Open Education Network and navigate to the library this way, and you'll get back to this page that we started on. And here are my sources. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you all learned a lot, and I'll be here for any questions.